I'd like to welcome Devine from Wellbeing Projects Manager for Forestry England for the next 10 minutes to share with us her thoughts. Ellen, over to you.
Thank you. Hi everyone, I will just attempt to share my screen. Not used to Zoom, I'm used to Teams, so bear with me while I just get it shared for you. There we go. Can you let me know when you can see that? Yeah, you've got it. Brilliant. Thank you. Well, firstly, thank you very much for inviting me to speak today. I've really enjoyed the presentation so far, and I love a little poll, so thank you for that. It's a real pleasure to join you. I'm Ellen, and as has been said, I'm the Wellbeing Projects Manager at Forestry England. And today I get to speak to you about one of my favourite topics, which is connecting people with the wellbeing benefits of forests. So hopefully this will move to the next slide. If the slides aren't moving,
Ellen,
someone.
Sorry, I think we can see your Word document and an Excel file.
Oh no! Oh, that's a disaster, isn't it? Oh dear. I don't want to see that. Okay, I told you I was not an expert on Zoom. Right, hopefully. Can you now see a slide?
That's much better. Yeah, we can see that beautifully diverse land.
You saw my cheat sheet. Okay, thank you. So yeah, to start with, I thought I'd tell you a bit about Forestry England. We manage the biggest and most diverse area of land, and we've been doing this for over 100 years. And I was asked to kind of touch on something that we just mentioned in the poll there about forestry and forest land cover. And actually, according to the 2019 State of Nature report, the area covered by woodland creation in the UK actually is increasing from very low levels a century ago, but it is increasing, so that's good news in the UK. Its integrity, however, does continue to be under threat from things like invasive plants, pests and diseases, climate change, new infrastructure, housing developments. And that's why the quality of the environment is really important. It's important on an environmental front, but it's also important for our well-being and the health outcomes that we all get from nature. Higher quality, biodiverse natural environments, and those that are well maintained and in which people feel safe and welcomed are all associated with good health. So kind of moving on from that, forests are really vital for the future of our planet, and they're really core part of maintaining a healthy planet and healthy people who live in it. At the most fundamental level, all human health and well-being is dependent on the goods and the services that the environment provides. So things like air, food, shelter, and water. And as some of those poll questions as well touched on, exposure to nature and use of natural environments also has a direct impact on our physical and our mental health. It supports us to get those mental health benefits that were mentioned in the poll question around decreasing that mental rumination, activating the parasympathetic, the rest and digest nervous system, getting us out of that fight or flight state that we often find ourselves in modern life. And I can't really put it much more simply other than to say that trees lead to better human health, both mental and physical. As it says on this slide, they improve the air quality, the air that we breathe. They inspire higher levels of physical activity and physical exercise. People who live in green and natural spaces, people who visit our forests, are more inspired and more likely to take part in physical exercise. They reduce the prevalence of serious health conditions and the impact of those conditions, and they increase the levels of happiness that we report and produce better mental well-being. Sometimes I think we can think that forests are somewhere we have to go for a day trip and they're miles and miles away, but actually lots of people are surprised to find out that they're closer than you might think. And actually 99% of people live within 1 hour's drive of one of our forests. And we have about 296 million people who visit us every year. And these visitors enjoy the forest as a place to seek adventure, make memories, find escape, and often report the physical, mental and the social health and wellbeing benefits that they experience. And those sorts of themes are what I'm going to focus on today for the rest of this presentation, and really kind of try and give you a sort of snapshot of inspiration and ideas of how people like to use the forests and how I like to use them for my own well-being and how I experience those well-being benefits. So firstly, forests are a great place to have an adventure. As I said earlier, studies show that forests make physical activity feel easier and more enjoyable. And I think if you're into running or cycling or anything like that, and you know how sort of soul destroying it can be to do it on a treadmill in a gym, well, it's a much more enjoyable, it feels easier if you go out into a forest or a natural environment and do that. So that's definitely my preference over the gym. You also then get all the benefits of the fresh air and being surrounded by the trees and the benefits that has for our immunity and our immune systems as well. So whether it's walking, running, cycling, we even have people who do yoga, bushcraft, conservation volunteering. If you've ever gone out and tried to plant a tree or chop down rhododendron, it's hard work. Active play with the kids, or even we have alpaca walks in some of our forests where you can take an alpaca for a walk, which just sounds wonderful to me. So the possibilities for finding your own kind of adventure really are endless when it comes to forests. And then I think the poll question really touched on it earlier. Forests for me are that perfect place to find escape, to step away from the busyness of modern life, to reflect and be in awe of the natural environment. You may have heard of something called forest bathing, and this is a very ancient practice that originated in Japan, where it's known as Shinrin-yoku. And really, it's kind of a simple method of being calm and quiet and observing nature and breathing deeply. And it can help adults and children de-stress and boost health and well-being in a really natural way. And then the sort of third theme of wellbeing benefits that I think about when I think about forests are their ability to bring people together, to be that special place where we make memories and we form connections. And that connection might be with the place, or it might be with family or friends, or through activities that bring us together. And I think trees for so many of us can be that symbol of longevity, hope, growth, life, wisdom. We can learn so much from them. We can feel so we can find reassurance. There's something hugely, I find, reassuring and inspiring about the seasons and how year after year we go through these cycles of growth and then autumn and the kind of settling and then the stillness of winter and then coming back into the spring. And there's something hugely sort of reassuring about that and inspiring. We also do projects that support people to come and access our forests, for people who might not normally come and access them. We have a project at the moment called Feel Good in the Forest, which takes place at two of our forests, Chopwell Woods near Gateshead in the north, and Thames Chase near Upminster, which is where I believe you planted your Oneness Grove just the other weekend. And we have a short video, which hopefully, if someone can let me know if you can hear the sound, if not, we'll skip the video.
Feel Good in the Forest is for anyone who wants to improve their health and well-being, spend time outdoors and meet new people. If you run a group or work for an organisation supporting people with mild to moderate health conditions, we also provide closed group sessions designed specifically for your group.
I thought I was okay, because I didn't know any different. I've been doing the same thing for a long while. It didn't see many people at all. But then when I came here, I started to see people, talk to people, and it's then made me go on to join the gym, made me go on to do other things.
You just see an instant release from our members as soon as they kind of step off the bus, and then by the time they have the kind of endorphins flowing around the body and they're kind of returning home, we have many that kind of describe the day as the best day of their lives, and the impact that it's had on our members has really been quite profound.
I like best being in the fresh air because it's good for nature, it's good for your health, it's good for your well-being, and just people around you. You know, we have a chat, we talk about all sorts of things.
Get in touch touch to find out more about joining or supporting someone to join a Feel Good in the Forest activity. You can also contact us about organising your own group Feel Good in the Forest experience.
Feel Good in the Forest is
tried to go off again then. She loves it so much. Yeah, I just love that video. It's one we filmed recently, and I think as much as I could talk to you forever about why I love forests, it's always nice to hear from people who are actually out in the forest, and hopefully that made you all feel inspired to go out in the sunshine this afternoon and sort of enjoy nature after this interesting conference as well. So I've just put on here that we know that I'd love to live my whole life in a forest, but you can't always do that. We have work, we have family. So we do have some resources available on our website at this link where you can bring the forest into your home. And that includes some 360-degree videos and some audio clips from our forest. So you can really sort of get that rest and relaxation via your computer screen, although it's not as good as the real thing. And then also on our website, we have this booklet that you can download, which has some more ideas and inspiration of things that you can do or you can encourage your family to do when you're out in the forest. So hopefully that's me in 10 minutes. Like I said, I could go on about the wellbeing benefits of forests forever. But yes, please do, if you want to catch up at any time, you've got my contact details there, and it would be lovely to chat to anyone. And thank you very much for having me with you today.